Good afternoon. I got something for you today. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I finally got something that I've been missing for a while. Some of my food's been off a little bit, and things that, when I try it, maybe it doesn't come out exactly right. And I think it's because some of my things have to have certain spices. I finally got this back. I'm so excited about it. They changed the label. It threw me off a little bit. But I found it, and I was totally excited. And this is basically the whole center of tonight's what we're going to do tonight. In honor of this spice and this seasoning, what I'm going to do is some baked chicken, and this is going to be the primary seasoning right here. Alright, so I just want to show you that, and we'll go ahead and get started with the chicken. That's the first thing we need to do. Here's our pan we're going to be using. Go ahead and get our seasoning set up. Alright, we're going to need garlic. What else we're going to need? Pepper. And let's see, maybe I should just keep them up here where they're normally supposed to be. How about that? Because I might be doing it over here. But anyways, here's a new seasoning I love. It's called Red Bull Spice. No, I'm just kidding. Those are really good. But yeah, let's just get it done. So. First thing we gotta do is get the chicken out. So, in addition to the chicken, there's a few more things we're gonna be having. I'll tell you about that in just a second. I kind of like to just let it come together. Let's get some air circulating. Whew. Alright, so I got the oven preheating, and that is strong. So here we go. There's our chicken. What we're gonna do is what we normally do. Going to wash our chicken off. It's the first thing you always want to try to do. Whew, man. Alright, we have our oven preheated. Let's go ahead and cut that junk off. It's going to be so good. Normally what I do with these is I make barbecue chicken. No matter how hard I try, it always ends up being barbecue chicken. But I'm not going to let that happen tonight. I'm going to go ahead and do something a little different. It's going to be roasted chicken. Same concept, but it's not going to be drowned in sauce, and it's going to be a lot more about the seasonings that are on the chicken thighs instead of just that barbecue sauce. Now, don't get me wrong, the barbecue sauce has a lot of seasoning. I take my time and I make sure that it's right. I mean, I pretty much perfected it the first time or the second time, and oh man, I don't like that. Let me wash this one real good. It just touched for a second, but it did drop down the sink, so how about we take the skin off of that one, just to be on the safe side. Alright, so, anyway, I don't know what I was saying. Hopefully these chicken thighs are going to be good. Oh yeah, it's going to be more about the seasoning than that sauce. Don't get me wrong, the sauce is really good. I do season it very well. But once you get it down pat, you kind of know what the recipe is, and you don't really have to think about it. Just kind of let it ride. But there's also no change, really, no growth or expansion, because you're always going to be doing it the same way. But once you master something, not saying I'm a master, but once you master, I've done barbecue chicken enough that, I mean, it's mastered. It's mastered to me, because I can't see it really getting any better, especially when you do it with bacon wrapped around it. Oh man, hard to top that. But we'll see how tonight ends up. There's a lot of chicken over here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition these. Instead of taking that across the room, let me rinse my hands real quick, and I'll bring the dish to me. Alright. Make sure you can see what's going on. Okay, so what I'm doing is just putting the thighs in here. Big one. I'm gonna put this big one right here in the middle. I think we can do. Let's see how many more we have. We have a total of 1, 2, 3 more thighs. Yeah, we can do them all. Why not? Hopefully they'll all fit in there. Yeah, this is a tiny one. put the bigger ones towards the middle. Okay, just give me a tight squeeze. We'll get it done. Get it done. Perfect. Now it's time to season these thighs up. You already know basically one of my main ingredients is going to be main 3 ingredients I use. What do you think it's going to be? Let's see here. Alright, first we'll do light dusting of pepper. And we'll do a little bit of garlic. Okay. Now for the star of the show right here. Oh man, it's so good. It gives it a great color, great flavor, all around great spice. Very versatile. You really can't go wrong. It is about $6, but it lasts me 3-4 months, you know. Alright, perfect. Okay, so we have a nice seasoning on that, and we're going to let our skin get real crispy. It's going to be good, but for now, what I'm going to do, stick aluminum foil over top. Alright, are there any more seasonings? How about this? Light glazing of olive oil. Alright, that's pretty much it for the chicken. I'm looking around. I don't think I need to put anything else up there. Just for color. And just do it just a tiny little bit of this smoked paprika. It's going to change it to like this beautiful burgundy color. Don't want to use a lot because it can be overpowering. So what I'm going to do is cover this in foil so that none of our juices escape. They're going to be stuck in there until we see fit to take the cover off, and that's when we'll let the skin get real crispy. Okay, we have our oven preheated. Let's go ahead and get that in there. Alright. So my timer over here, I'm going to set that timer, set it for 1 hour. I'm going to check it about maybe 3/4 of the way. I might check it around 35 minutes. Okay, so on to the next thing we're going to do here. And that is going to be what else are we making? We have to do, oh yeah, I haven't told you yet, this is something we've done before. I really enjoyed it a lot last time, and now that I have my seasoning back, we're going to do it again. Hope you will enjoy it also. I know if you were here, you would definitely enjoy it. And that is asparagus. Asparagus is very good if it's cooked in the air fryer. This asparagus looks a lot fresher than what I got last time. I went to a different Walmart and it made a huge difference. So, first thing we're going to do with this asparagus is wash it off. asparagus washed off. I don't know if you've seen any of the other videos I've done about asparagus. It's very important to chop this bottom part off here. This bottom part, tuberous, it's very hard. You don't want to eat that. You can tell where it starts getting soft right around here, softer, excuse me. What you want to do is cut that off, and it's just going to open it up to get that juice inside of there. Oh man, it's going to be very good. So let's get it done. I know this blue thing is clean here. I just got it out of the cabinet. So I'm going to start with a smaller amount of asparagus. They are all a little bit different, but I just kind of do like an average of what it's supposed to be. That's a great length. They're all pretty much the same uniform length. There are a few shorter ones, but it's all good. We're going to go ahead and transfer this over to my pan. This is a pan that comes with a Simmer Lagasse oven. It's amazing. I really enjoy using that quite a bit. So first, aluminum foil. Asparagus, that's done. Let's add some more to the plate here. I was so intimidated by this, I didn't really understand how to make this work. I watched a friend do it, and it made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense. I was missing something. This person is the type of person, he would wait until I was out of the room to kind of do certain things, you know, so that way you wouldn't be able to catch on to, you know, because this person's a pretty good cook, I will have to say, or at least so in the past. But I caught on that they were doing all this stuff when I was out of the room. They'd wait till I was out of the room to season it and all this stuff, like being very secretive about stuff like that. And I was like, wait a minute, this person does not want me to be able to cook as well as they can. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I started catching on to that, and before you know it, I was in there watching, and they didn't know. They didn't pick up on the fact that I was kind of making sure I pop in exactly the right time when I can catch all the stuff that I need to see. All right, perfect. And I mean, I think you should want to help your friends out, especially those real close to you, you know. It's different. I mean, you want to help everybody. Anyways, long story short, here's my asparagus. I've got them nice and evenly chopped. And wow, they all look good, very uniform. Now, seasoning time. Seasoning time. And that's the beauty of this. Hold on, let me get you elevated here. Well, maybe you don't need it. That's the beauty of this spice that I just bought that I was just telling you about. The roasted garlic and herb is very versatile. So got you elevated here a little bit now. First thing, salt. I measure it out with my hand, that way I'm not doing too much. Garlic. Roasted garlic and herb. You have to be a little bit generous so that the flavor transfers, but I think that's enough right there. And now the last thing we need, olive oil. I'm going to drip that. Last time I may have put a little bit too much, so I'm going to let that be it right there. Okay, we have our chicken cooking. Now we have our asparagus ready to go in whenever we're ready for it to go in. I found that this takes about, I want to say anywhere from, I don't want to quote it, maybe it's 12 to 20 minutes, just depending on how hot you have your stuff before you throw it in there. Maybe it takes about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I can't really think clearly as far as that goes now. I've not done this too many times. It's more of a feel thing for me, you know. So we have that ready to go. What we need is, one thing I want to do is take a picture of the asparagus before and after. Alright, so there's our asparagus. Okay, so another piece of aluminum foil. You don't have to be a great big old piece. What we're trying to do is just lock in that moisture. I'm going around the sides trying to lock that moisture in. We have a little bit of room for it to escape here on the sides. Hopefully you can see that. A little bit of room here for it to escape, but it's going to hold for the most part all the moisture inside. We'll go ahead and throw that in the oven so that's ready to go. Now we have the chicken cooking. It's going to take that chicken a little while to cook. And I don't want you to have to wait for that. So let me think about what was the next. I had one more thing I was going to do. What was it? Oh yeah, how could I forget that? This would be nice and easy to do. And I can show you about one of my favorite items. I hadn't seen it in the store in a little while, that's why I hadn't bought it. So I decided to get some today when I saw it. It's a wonderful product made by Green Giant. There's two different ones as far as I know. You got to look for the one that says extra sweet. Man, this is amazing corn on the cob. I don't know if you're a fan of corn on the cob. I'll give you an example. I brought this to my mom's house one time, and they like to do stuff like this in the pressure cooker. It did not turn out that great. It turned out really rubbery. This is something you don't need to cook in the pressure cooker as far as as far as I'm concerned, because I've had it turn out so much better. Let's just say that day it wasn't that great. It didn't really do this product justice, but if cooked right, if cooked properly, then you see a whole different product. So I'm going to show you what I do to cook it. It is frozen solid. This is something we can go ahead and get going. So what I do is I turn my eye on 5. Now, got my eye over here. One of my secrets to making this taste really good. Oh, it may help if we cut this oven back on. Good Lord. Okay. One of the secrets to making this taste really good, first you have to get the corn in there. It's just me and Kayla, so I know she'll have 2. I'll probably have 2. And I like to have a couple left over, so why don't I just fill this up? You can never go wrong with this. Even if you eat it the next day, it's still just as good, if not better. Alright, so I have that pretty much full, and so that's, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 7, and that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 left for another meal. So I'm going to get those back in the freezer. Awesome, here we go. Alright, so we have our corn taken care of, but that's not going to work because we have our eye on, but we're going to need some kind of fluids. We're going to put this on top, but we're going to need fluids. So, let's add some water. And another secret. I'm about to tell you a big secret now. Don't share with nobody. Don't tell anybody, okay? You promise? Boom, milk. Add your little milk until the water, until the water turns like a medium. I'll be flipping these over here in just a few. I'm gonna let them cook. Milk's so expensive, I don't like to use a lot of it, but so those are gonna be thawing out and cooking. And let's see what else. We have asparagus, we have corn on the cob, and we have chicken breast. Chicken breast. What am I talking about? Chicken thighs that are going to be seasoned with this roasted garlic and herb. So that's going to take a little while to cook. These are going to do their thing. So what I'm going to do is, right around the time the asparagus is done and this chicken's done, I'm going to come back in and I'll show you the end result. So I hope you enjoy. It's going to be good. This stuff does take a long time, so I'm not going to keep you up here that long. Just want to say happy Saturday, and it's going to be good. Thanks for watching.